Welcome back to week 4 of the PPL Draft League. And if you guys have been following us for all of the original 3 weeks, you guys would know we're not doing too great. We are 0-3. We just got super swept last week, like, bad. It left me honestly speechless, and now I'm having to come back and attempt to pull the season around after that. But we're going to try our best. Before getting into this week, I was like, okay, so the team, I feel like it has some issues. Like, the team is overall solid enough. We've been staying close in in the first 2 weeks, but not the third week. But we've been staying pretty close. And I feel like there's just a few changes that we might need to make to get us from, like, here, barely losing, to finally winning. So if you guys want to skip ahead to the team builder, I'll leave a timestamp. And if you want to skip to the battle, I'll leave a timestamp for that. But I did make some free agency transactions. And taking a look at our team, I know this is going to sound really weird because we had Deoxys Defense. We had our Intimidate core. We had a lot of things that were bulky. But overall, I didn't feel like the team was bulky, if that makes sense. Like, we've got Deoxys Defense, and I thought about bringing it every single week, but a lot of the times, even though it is very bulky, its HP makes it feel kind of rough sometimes. So I was like, okay, Deoxys Defense, every time I try to put you in the builder, I don't feel comfortable with you. I dropped Deoxys Defense. Crazy, I know. Second off, Incineroar. Now, I like Incineroar, but at the same time, it didn't feel like it did enough bulky-wise or offensive pressure-wise for me to like it either. Like, we did bring it one of our weeks, but like it still kind of just felt like it was there. So, Incineroar dropped. And then I also dropped our 0-pointer because I wanted to make room for 3 Pokemon. So, Hisuian Zora, I probably wasn't going to bring you. Illusion's cool, but like, once you're providing the illusion, what do you do after that? So Hisuian Zora dropped. So now we have room for 3 Pokemon, and I want to say we've got, what, 20 points to spend? I'm pretty sure we have 20 points to spend, and we have a Terra Captain spot available because we dropped Incineroar and we're allowed to have 3 Terra Captains. I also made this move shortly after a couple other people made some moves, and this kind of like pushed me to make that decision because I saw Amon get freed into free agency, and I was like, I can't wait. Someone's going to take this, and to be honest, it sounds like it could be really good. So our first pickup, and it's 13 points, but our first pickup is going to be Hisuian Arcanine. We get another fire type. It still has Intimidate, but it's also got a lot more offensive pressure than, say, Incineroar had. Like, I can run a Choice Scarf, Rock Head set, and just be firing off damage with Flare Blitz, Head Smash, and all that. It's got Extreme Speed, which Extreme Speed would have saved us last week if we were faster. I know we do have Regieleki, and I know Deoxys Defense gets Extreme Speed, but when are you putting it on there? Hisuian Arcanine can very easily slot Extreme Speed in and just do great things. Even though it's not a Terra Captain, Extreme Speed is still going to do some damage, and if we run Choice Band Extreme Speed, that's still going to be massive, massive damage. And it does get us a fire type that we dropped. It gives us another Intimidator that we dropped. So, in reality, it's just Incineroar, but better. And the fact that we are now having a Fairy resistance. Our team was, like, very weak to Fairy. That was, like, our biggest weakness. Now we have a Fairy resistance in Arcanine that we didn't have before. Second off, because like I said, I wanted something bulky, and our bulk struggled especially on the special defense side. So I decided to go out and pick the best special wall in the game, and I decided to make it our Terra Captain just to be even more annoying when it's being a special wall. I picked up the new Terra Captain Blissey. Yes, Blissey has fallen off to what it used to be. It's not the greatest Pokemon anymore. You hit it with one physical move, it's gone. But this thing's going to tank special hits. It's also got Soft Boil for healing. We didn't have much healing on the team beforehand. It's got that. It's a normal type to be immune to ghost moves. It's a Terra Captain, so I can make it any type that fits my need. If my opponent has, like, a special fairy type, I could make it steel or poison, so it's resisting those hits. Like, it's got now that versatility to just come in and wall anything my opponent brings that is very special. And my opponent this week does have a very scary special mon that, you know, maybe Blissey can wall it. And our final pickup, because I dropped 3 Pokemon to make room for 3 Pokemon, I picked up Dusknoir. Now, I did drop Hisuian Zora, which was our, I guess, fighting and normal immunity, even though we probably weren't going to bring it too much. So I was like, you know what? A ghost type that's also kind of tanky, can throw off some Will-O-Wisp, that isn't necessarily bad at doing damage. Let's bring it. Dusknoir. I was in between Dusknoir and Dusclops, but I was like, okay, but the versatility of not having to bring Eviolite every single week might be better in the long run. And I want to say Dusknoir also gets Shadow Sneak, but I could be wrong. No, it does get Shadow Sneak, and it's 100 base attack. That's nothing crazy to, like, it's not anything, like, to joke about. And it's kind of like a Deoxys defense light, 135 in both of its defense. Not much HP, so we might come into a similar situation that we had with Deoxys defense. But it's an immunity, and it's got priority that it will actually probably use. And Will-O-Wisp, it's got so much. Destiny Bond, Disable, Curse. Like, there's so much that Dusknoir can do that our opponent now has to think about, and now I have to think about. Be like, oh, okay, wait, does Dusknoir fit in our team builder here? Spoiler alert, not this week, because our opponent has a very scary ghost-type Mon. But that is our team. Those are the transactions we made. And, you know, I'm kind of feeling a little better about the team. It's a little tankier. It's a little more... It's, like, tankier, but also more offensive at the same time with Hisuian Arcanine. So, I like it. I like it, and hopefully this week we can... And hopefully this week we can pull off our first win. But now we need to take a look at our opponent's team, because it is so scary. This team is terrifying, and a very, very good reason why we picked up Blissey. Like I said, it's a special wall. And our opponent's first pick in the draft was Terapagos. Now, I've never seen how it's used in singles, but I play VGC. I know Terapagos can be scary. You attach a Toy Specs on it. You Calm Mind it up. There's so many things you can do with Terapagos that it's just going to do a lot of special damage. And it cannot Terra, so it cannot become its full form. But it's also got that ability, Terra Shell. That means its first hit that you do against it is always going to be not very effective. So it's going to tank some hits. And it's going to at least have the chance to dish off 2 moves. And it's just going to do a lot of damage. The thing's also very bulky in general. So maybe even more than 2 moves. Like, this thing is a threat. It's powerful. But the threats do not just stop there. That was their special threat. Now it's a very special... very threatening physical attacker, Annihilate. And Annihilate destroys our Intimidate core. We cannot just rotate Intimidates to weaken this thing. It's got Defiant. So if I want to send out Landorus, if I want to send out Hisuian Arcanine, if I brought Intimidate, it's going to power up instead. Like Ogerpon last week, even though we didn't get to see it, it's something we got to keep in mind. Let's not Intimidate rotate on that thing. They've got Weavile. Weavile's still a fast and strong Mon. They've got Pheasantipity, which I've seen this thing do a little things. It can be a little scary. It is very bulky at the same time. They've got Jirachi. Serene Grace is scary. It's not as fast as Shaman Sky, but still. Thunderwave, Iron Head going off and off and off and on can put in some work. Zen Headbutt. They've got Gastrodon. Storm Drain, which is really, really bad for our Palafin. If we try to Jet Punch, it's just going to boost its special attack, and it's going to probably attempt to sweep us as a Gastrodon. They've got Shaman, regular Shaman. They've got Shaman and a Serene Gracer. Scary, but regular Shaman is a more average bulky mon. I think it can be ran offensively, but I feel like it's there for more of a support, Leech Seed, bulk up, tank some hits. Their next mon, which is another very scary special mon, is Volcanion. And they didn't have one water immunity. They now have 2 water immunities with the Water Absorb on Volcanion. So even though it would be neutral normally, Palafin is not having a good time. Next, they have Tornadus, another Defiant user, which it's more of a special attacker, but like they could see my Intimidate core and be like, okay, we're running Defiant, and we're just going to run physical Tornadus. I've seen this Tornadus go off earlier this season, so I don't want that to happen to me. It's also got Prankster, so 2 phenomenal abilities against me. And then their last 3 mons, which I don't expect to see too much, is Charjabug, Impidimp, which kind of counters our little Grimmsnarl, little fight right there. And they have a Yanma, which Yanma could go Speed Boost, Hypnosis, Compound Eyes. Like, it can do some weird things. But after that, what is it doing? So I don't think we're going to see those 3 mons. It's just any of the 9 before then. And all 9 of them are very, very terrifying. So let's see what I brought to counter our opponent's team. First off, newly acquired member of our team, Hisuian Arcanine. I did take a look at their team, and they've got so much weak to either fire or rock that I was like, hold up, this thing could be good. Weavile, Jirachi, Shaman, Volcanion, Tornadus. Like, our 2 stabs are putting in a lot of work, and even if it's not super effective, those Rockhead, Head Smash, and Flare Blitz are doing a lot to a lot of things, unless they're built super, super bulky. So I attached a Choice Scarf on it because I want it to go fast. I gave it enough speed to outspeed, for some reason, a Choice Scarf Terapagos. I don't think we'll see that. But just in case, I gave it max attack because we want to do some big damage. And I gave it some special bulk. I just threw the rest in special bulk. Will it do anything? I don't know. But we just want to Head Smash, Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed Cleanup, maybe. We got to be careful about the Annihilate. And I did put Will-O-Wisp for the Annihilate. I don't foresee us using Will-O-Wisp, but it's just there, just in case we want to burn that Annihilate. The Annihilate is kind of scary, also not just Defiant, but because if you had hit the Annihilate, Rage Fist is doing 50 more base damage every single time you hit it. So I kind of wanted to think of like a, hey, let's weaken Annihilate, and Will-O-Wisp will burn it, cut its attack. So let's find ways to hurt the Annihilate without doing too much damage. Next off, this is not a Pokemon that will be facing down the Annihilate because it would not be very good, is our Blissey, our special wall. We brought two of our newly acquired Mons to the fight because, well, we got them for a reason. Let's use them. Blissey is heavy duty boots. I wanted to be able to swap in without taking too much damage. I mean, it does have Soft Boil to heal back up, but like, I want to be able to switch it in, tank a hit, and then be able to heal back up. It's Terra Ghost. I know Annihilate is a threat, so we will never leave this thing in against Annihilate. Just never. So Terra Ghost is perfectly fine because this thing is meant to wall the Terapagos. It's also got Seismic Toss. It needs to do some damage. It's running Thunder Wave because if we can Thunder Wave some of the things like Terapagos, even if Annihilate tries to swap in and we Thunder Wave it, that's good. And then we have Stealth Rocks. Like I said, we need to weaken the Annihilate without actually doing some damage against it. So having Stealth Rocks up would be very, very helpful. And the Terror Shell. We need to be able to break that Terror Shell so we can actually do some damage. They could be running heavy duty boots, but just in case, like, let's have that Stealth Rocks up there. There's so much on this team that is also weak to rock, so it's not a bad idea. And to finish off Blissey, I am running it max HP, max special defense. I know some things recommend you put some in defense, but like, no. We're only running Blissey here for the special wall, to be a special wall. We do not need it to tank any physical hits. It only needs to tank special hits. But that brings us into our third member, our physical wall. Our mascot, our Weezing, our Golden State Weezing himself. Weezing is the counterbalance now to Blissey. It's not as tanky, but Weezing's defense is so underrated. I see so many things in like recommended builders that go, put bulk in both. No, we have our special wall. Give me that max physical defense Weezing, because we need something to go in there and just live against Annihilate. So that is our Weezing. It is rocking the Black Sludge, so it heals back up every turn. Like I said, we need to be careful about doing things against Annihilate. So I ran Will-O-Wisp to burn it, weaken it. I feel like there could be a few mons that set up. So I did bring Haze. Like, bulk up Annihilate could be super scary. So the Haze should come in there, get it gone, get the attack boost gone, and just be good to go. I ran Toxic Spikes. I know we have so many hazards. I know we have so many different ways to status our opponent. But like I said, if we can get Toxic Spikes up there and poison the Annihilate and weaken it that way without doing damage against it, that is perfect. And I ran Sludge Bomb because you got to have some sort of attack. I ran the HP stat with just enough. I think this is the perfect amount for leftover recovery divided by 16. I'm still learning that, so it is what it is. Now our fourth member of our team. Finally a member that we have seen before. We have our Archaludon. And because we already have two walls, like our Caludon can be tanky. It's got stamina, so it can be tanky. But because we have our two tanky mons, I wanted to run our Caludon just offensive. Max special attack, modest nature, choice specs, flash cannon, Draco Meteor, Thunderblast, mixing up the moves, Thunderbolt, and Terra Blast. And I'm running Terra Fairy because of the Annihilate. We Terra hit the Fairy move while they're trying to use a fighting move. We live, blast that Terra Blast, knock it out, do some big damage. I'm running 263 speed, which let's see. 263, which does outspeed max speed positive nature Volcanion. So we could come in, go first with our choice specs Thunderbolt and just knock it out. It is their Terra Captain, so we got to be a little careful because of that. But still, I think it's going to do big damage regardless. Now, our fourth member of our team, someone else we have yet to see before. We are bringing our Superior because, like I said, we need to do damage without doing damage. Leech Seed is there, perfect for that. We can Leech Seed the Annihilate. We can swap in. That's another thing. We got to be careful. I feel like our opponent might bring Gastrodon to counter our Palafin, so we need a grass type to just knock it out, get rid of it. I think it can tank some hits from Shaman, but I think Shaman can get Air Slash, so little iffy there. They do have a few things that are really good against Superior, but I think Superior counters the right things, and I feel like we need it. It's got enough speed, 330, to outspeed max speed Jirachi, and Leech Seed sub up, protect. We're running leftovers on it, so like we get a Leech Seed off on a swap in, we protect, we get a substitute off on a swap in, we Leech Seed, and then we protect. We're gonna heal up pretty fast, and we're just going to be annoying. Their Shaman can't avoid the Leech Seed, but we could always just freely Leaf Storm, get the Contrary boost. We're not running any special attack, but after a few Contraries, like this thing could still go off. So we've got our Superior there. And our final member of our team, something a little crazy we have brought before. And you're going to be like, wow, no Lando, no Palafin, none of your heavy hitters. What are you doing? No Grimmsnarl, no Regieleki. Is that's it for our heavy hitters. We are bringing our Phalanx again because it did decent last time. So I've got confidence that this thing could come in, set up a no retreat. I did put Life Orb on it to do more damage. The Expert Belt really wasn't that great, but Life Orb boosting our damage, no retreat up, get us faster than basically anything, like 220 times 1.5 is getting us up to 330, which is faster than the Jirachi. We have knockoff for the Jirachi. We have Zen Headbutt for the Annihilate. We have close combat for the Terapagos, as long as we get chip damage off on it and it doesn't have Terra Shell. And then we're running Terra Steel just to be able to absorb certain hits, like, say, the Tornadus, say the Weavile. I guess it kind of absorbs Weavile. Say the Jirachi, like, it's going to eat the Shaman's hit. It's going to eat Pheasantipide's hits, even though we've got Zen Headbutt for it. But still, Annihilate, it's not going to eat. But you're not there for Annihilate unless you already get your no retreat off and can just freely Zen Headbutt. But that is our 6. Let us get into the match and hope that we can finally win our first game, first match, first week of the season. Let's get into the fight. Oh boy, it is battle time. Okay, a lot of what I've expected. Volcanion, I expected. Gastrodon, I expected, because those are my Palafin answers. I knew that they were coming. The Volcanion is Terra Ghost, so let's get this written down. Volcanion, Terra Ghost, Terapagos, Annihilate, Shaman, Gastrodon, which is a good thing that I brought our Superior today, and Weavile. So, while prepping this entire time, I determined the best answer for me is just leading with our Arcanine. And if we think that it's something that's going to counter our Arcanine, we've got our physical wall, we've got our special wall, and we've got just a bunch of threats. So I think we're going to stick with our game plan, lead our Arcanine, and just do some damage. Now, I got to be careful because Arcanine is faster than a lot of things. But it is a neutral nature. And I will say it is at 270 speed times 1.5. Oh, wait, we can do it 216? 216 EVs. So right now it is technically at 405, which does outspeed everything without a Scarf. And that is exactly what I thought was going to lead. I thought the Annihilate was going to lead. This is the one thing I want to swap out against, and I have a free swap in. Every single time I was like, if Annihilate leads, I am going Weezing. It can bulk up, I don't care. It can Final Gambit. If it's a Final Gambit, technically, if this Annihilate is Scarf, it is faster than my Hisuian Arcanine, even if it's neutral speed. But I knew that this Annihilate was going to lead, and I knew it was a free swap in to our Weezing, because Weezing's just going to tank this. I fully game planned this lead. Exactly. I am trying to win this time. Okay, Drain Punch did quite a bit. Is that banded? Weezing. Annihilate. Where's... Command. Drain Punch. That did a lot. About 30 damage. I guess no, it's probably not banded. Okay, who's coming in? Probably the Gastrodon. I'm still gonna go for a Willow, because if we can get a Willow off on this Annihilate, we are golden. Ooh. Hold up. It is Substitute. Oh no, this is actually kind of bad. Sub Leftovers. How much does my Sludge Bomb do? Not a lot. Does Haze go through... Okay, they get... Bulk Up is fine. Bulk up is fine. We have haze for the bulk up. Okay, bulk up. We're kind of just going to sit here and go back and forth. Do I haze now? I'll haze now. Yeah, bulk up again. Okay. How many PPs does bulk up have? Annihilate. All stat changes were eliminated. Bulk up has 32. So we've seen 2. We can sit through and stall this out. I am okay with that. That is 3 bulk ups. The substitute has faded. Okay. I think we are just good to haze again. That's a substitute. Goodbye stat changes. If we get a critical hit here, I think we're in better position. And how many substitutes do you have? 16. So I am fine to just PP stall this. So 2 subs. This is going to be the longest just sit through. We do know 3 of its moves. Bulk up, sub, and drain punch. Which it's used 1 of those. So I will calculate every single time we use a move. Rage Fist. Does Rage Fist... I can't tell if that's affected. I don't think... There's a crit. One Rage Fist. I'm hazing again. Okay, that's good with me. Get on out of here, Annihilate. I was fully willing to just sit there the whole entire time, and Volcanion comes out. Now, Volcanion is a special attacker. Typically. I am a little nervous. I don't want it. I'm hoping it's a special attacker. If it is, this is just a free swap into our Blissey. So we're playing full power this time. I don't want to lose. We're 0-3. I do not want to lose. You made that read. You made that read. Okay. Okay. Who do we want? Well, there is no Tornadus. But what if you're physical? Are you running physical Volcanion for my Blissey? Flare Blitz. Watch the Flare Blitz come out. I think I'm going to still Terra, and I think I'm going to still Soft Boil. We're going to get our Terra off. I know it's a little early, Especially because Archaludon Terra could have been decent later in this fight. But I think having Blissey sit here against this thing and against the future Terapagos. Yeah, you are special except for Brick Break. Okay. Brick Break, Flamethrower. And I am just going to get a Thunder Wave off. Okay, never mind. I am not going to get a Thunder Wave off. You are taunting me. So... Are you going to Terra Ghost? You could Terra Ghost here, but I think a Seismic Toss is just fine. We're going to get some chip damage on whatever comes out, unless it's Annihilate. It is Annihilate. Okay. Listen, I'll sit. We already know who's going to sit here. You can substitute up. You can sub up here. I don't care. We are calculating exactly how many of each. Okay, that's fine. Who are you going into? Gastrodon. Okay. I am leftovers, or levitate those, so... Guess your special moves are going to hurt. Like, how much is Gastrodon doing? Like, there's no way you can go for a ground-type move. I need to get my Stealth Rocks off at some point, too. Ice Beam's still gonna hurt. Let's take a write it down on what Gastrodon's about to do. Spikes, okay. Okay. And I think I am just good to sub up here. Yep. Yep. Into Shaman. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm just going to leave Storm, get some chip damage off. Okay, Air Slash. Pretty expected. We are faster, so keep that in mind. I think I'm going to Protect here just to get some more recovery. Air Slash. Oops. Air Slash. I don't know if it's a setup one. It's slower than our Superior, so it is not Scarf, I'm pretty sure. And we're almost at full. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Air Slash. This could be a decent bridge. Swap in. Don't have a fairy. Like, it's either Blissey or it's the bridge. But I'm going to go the bridge. Get some threatening Pokemon out. We're playing for the win, guys. I got really serious. Like, I sat in the team builder for so long. The miss. The miss. Huge. Who do you swap in? Annihilate? But, like, do you really want to swap in Annihilate? I think I'm going to just drop a Draco. It's going to do big damage against whatever swaps in. Like, you might get an Annihilate Rage Fist boost. Okay, that's fine. Gastrodon. Huge, huge damage. Huge damage. And our Caledon might get the first knockout. What is our speed? What is our speed? 263. Like, Gastrodon's slow. There's no way. Positive nature. Where's Gastrodon sitting? 194. Yeah, we're good. I could see Annihilate coming out, though. So I think I'm still going to swap into our Superior. Because I don't want the Annihilate gaining a Rage Fist boost for basically free. Earth Power. Perfect, 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 perfect. So your Earth Power spikes, maybe a Water move, maybe Ice Beam. Do I Scout or do I just go for it? Because I feel like if you have Ice Beam, you're going to go for it this turn because I showed Substitute last time. So I'm going to just go for it. Okay. Is what it is. Shaman. Shaman tanks this. But we're getting more and more chip damage off on the Shaman. Which is sick. Which is sick. Do we expect... I'm gonna just protect. It might be like specs? It could set up here. But I do like Sasuke being at as full HP as possible just to be able to swap in. Okay, Leech Seed. Leech Seed. You are rocking the Leech Seed too. But I'm going to call your bluff. I don't think you're going to go for it again. How is everything looking? We have yet to see Weavile. We have yet to see Terapagos. I think we're still good to just swap into the bridge. I'm calling your bluff. You're not going for Leech Seed when I saw it. You're going to go for Air Slash. Hurt by spikes. I called your bluff. Okay, I'm just gonna drop a Draco again. Gastrodon? Gastrodon? Yep. Arc kills Gastro. W. W. We see Annihilate. That thing is at full HP, but we're going back into our boy. Bulk Up has 32, Substitute has 16. You swap out, which is fine. Into Volcanion, okay. So I'm gonna write down all of the moves. Punch and Rage Fist. Oh, wait. Yeah. That's insane what Rage Fist does. Okay, back into Blissey. This Volcanion Terrang's a little scary. Yeah, that's fine. You've seen Soft Boil, Thunder Wave, and Seismic Toss. But I'm just going for Seismic Toss again. You tear up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do here. Terra Ghost is a little bit annoying. How fast is Volcanion? 262 at max speed. Okay, we're eating that though. So we should be outspeeding it with you. But I will have to give something up. I think I just Seismic Toss again. Or do I swap? If you're gonna keep going for Flamethrower, I'm gonna just scout one more turn. Steam Eruption. Good thing I scouted one more turn. Steam Eruption. So we know your whole moveset. Do I expect? Good, 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 good. Now you have to taunt me. Now you have to taunt me. Come on. Show me the taunt. Show me the taunt. Let's go! Making these reads. Making these reads. Now, I'm just going for a Draco. Just dropping the Draco. We should be faster unless you're a speed boosting thing, but you can't. We should outspeed you by, at best, 1 point. Because we are 263. Max speed, best nature, max IVs, max EVs is 262 for Volcanion. Something is taking this, and they're not going to be happy. You only have Water Absorb, right? You don't have... Okay. I was going to just making sure it did not have Flash Fire too. Drop that Draco. Drop that Draco. Let's go, Archaludon. Holy cow, Archaludon is on a mission to get us this win. Okay. Big W's, big W's. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is the best we've done so far, I feel. Like, by doing these free agency trades, I feel like we've done so good with the team. Now, is Archaludon's job done? Blissey, Weezing, Superior. I think Archaludon's job is done. I think I let Archaludon go here. Yeah. We just let Archaludon go here. Knockoff. That's fine. We're getting our stamina boost, but it is okay. We lose our choice specs. And I missed the Draco. I'm still just going to go for a Draco again. Okay, you could be Weavile. You could, in fact, be Scarfed. Which is a little bit scary. But I think I'm going to go the Ginyu Force. Phalanx. Do I set up here? Yeah, I think I set up here. Like, what's the worst you can go for? Weavile swaps out. Show me Annihilate. Show me Annihilate. Show me... Yes! Yes, 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 yes! No retreat. Phalanx. We know you're not Scarf. So where are we? What is Phalanx's speed? Phalanx is 220 times 1.5. Calculator. 220 times 1.5 is 330. What is... Where's your speed? Annihilate is not faster. We are just going for the Zen Headbutt here for Annihilate. It's barely living. Let's go! Oh, huge. Huge. Huge! This is massive. I am going for the knockoff here because I don't want to miss a Zen Headbutt. And if something swaps, we're good. You withdraw. So something is losing its item. Shaman. Shaman is losing its item. Rocky Helmet Shaman. Okay. And you lost your Rocky Helmet. Helmet knocked off. Close combat. Bye, Shaman. Bye, Shaman! Phalanx kills Shaman. Terapagos might come in and get the knockout here, but I'm fine with that. Because we now know that Arcanine can cleanly come in and get the revenge kill on Annihilate in case it does kill something. If it would have been so nice if we had rocks out now. We cannot swap out. Phalanx, your job is basically done too. Because I think we're good. I think we are good. I'm just going to go for the close combat. Or do we go for the Zen Headbutt and hope for the flinch? Or do I go for the knockoff? Knockoff might be better. Let's go for the knockoff. It's going to be resisted. Shaman, or... Heavy duty boots. Okay. So it wouldn't have mattered. Are you faster now? I don't know. We're just still going to go for the close combat. You are faster. Does Terra Starstorm work that way? I just want to make sure. Terra Starstorm doesn't do super effective damage. Terapagos. Terra. I don't think it does. Does Terra Starstorm hit ghost types? Not when it is... I don't think so. So I think we're good to just Thunder Wave. Something that's coming out is getting Thunder Waved. Terapagos kills Phalanx. And now you are Thunder Waved. And we're just going into our boy Weezing. It's still going to come down to the wire. It's still so close. That's why I'm still trying to be focused. Because it is only... Like, we are only a 4-3 advantage right now. Like, I know we got to kind of play for differential. But at the same time, I just want to get our first win. We eat that Drain Punch. Kind of stinks that we cannot get the... We can't get a burn on it now, but it is what it is. I think I just have to Sludge Bomb. Yeah, you're gonna start Rage Fisting. Which is fine. If we get a critical hit or a paralysis, we're in a lot better shape. Paralyze, paralyze, paralyze? No. Okay. Annihilate kills Weezing. Who do we want to get this knockout? Let me see something. How do I check? I wanted to know your accuracy. That's what I want to know. I don't want to miss something. Head Smash is 80%. Flare Blitz is 100%. Oh, we should also take a write down on what Terrapagos has. You have Rock Polish, Terra Star Storm, maybe Rapid Spin. We're just Flare Blitzing. Maybe it was a mistake. If Weavile is Scarf, we might be in some trouble. We get the knockout. Arcanine kills Annihilate. Okay, I want to know how much this is doing. Arcanine. Week 4 against Terrapagos. Flare Blitz is doing about 70 to 80%. I don't think that is enough. And that's with no defensive investment. So I think this is just, we got to go Blissey. We got to go Blissey here. Okay. And then I think we have to sack off Sasuke. This will give us a pretty good indication, I think, on what it is. What do you go for? Knockoff, probably? Yeah, how much is that doing? That did a little bit. Oops. I'm trying to change moves. Let's protect. Let's protect. Let's scout out what you're going for. If you change moves, we're golden. Weavile. Choice Band. How much is Knockoff doing? So it's not Bandit, but it could be Scarfed. It could, in fact, be Scarfed. If we know it's Scarfed, then that's kind of rough. Six, 7 plus, yeah. It is not Scarfed. It could be Sash, though. It could, in fact, be Sash, though. So Weavile, not Scarf. has gone for knockoff and icicle crash. I am just going to try to leaf storm. We do not get the leaf storm. And then we just go... I hope it's not Sash. If it's Sash and we lose because of Sash Weavile, I'm going to be so upset. We just Flare Blitz. Let's go, Arcanine! Is this W? Is this our first W of the season? We just Flare Blitz here. Oh, it's tanky. It's tanky, Terapagos. Terapagos kills Arcanine. But we just win this. We just win this. Let's go. The transactions mattered. We only got this win because of the transaction. Ice Beam? So you were... And Blissey gets the kill. G. Frickin' G. I don't care that it was only 1-0. We finally get our first W of the season, which means we are now 1-3. We just have to keep winning, guys. Differential matters, but if we keep winning, we still have a chance. And finally getting our first win, like, helps put some confidence in this team and making me know that those transactions, they mattered. But good game to our opponent. We'll be back again next week, hopefully, so we can claim our second win of the season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you then.